What's going on, guys? This is Lior and welcome back to my channel. Now, what I thought I would do in this video and potentially make a mini series out of this is a neighborhood development spotlight, right? Because if you guys have seen my other videos on this channel, you know that Boston has had a ton of construction and development. And I personally think that's one of the biggest factors, right, continuing to drive and maintain real estate prices and future growth here. So there's obviously a lot of demand, there's obviously a lot of construction going on. So what I thought I would do is go neighborhood by neighborhood and spotlight some of the biggest projects that you should keep your pulse on if you're thinking about buying or investing in the area. So we're gonna start with the neighborhood I live in, which is South Boston. So I'm gonna get into the projects you need to be aware of in Southeast. What's going on, guys? My name is Lior and welcome back to my channel. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes of the video, a few super quick things, guys. Number one, you already know the drill. If this is your first time on my channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. I'm gonna be putting out videos all the time talking about Boston real estate, lifestyle, homes, things to do, and everything in between. So if that's what you're looking to learn about, make sure you subscribe to me. And number two, guys, if you're thinking about making any sort of move in the greater Boston area with regards to real estate, whether you're buying, selling, investing, whatever it is, I still can't tell you how blown away I get with every single call I get from you guys watching my videos. And I still absolutely love working with each and one of you. Make sure you hit me up. Me and my team will definitely help you with the entire process. We absolutely love it. So hit us up and we will definitely help you out. So as I said, I'm gonna spotlight some of the biggest development projects you need to know. And in this video, I'm gonna focus on Southie or South Boston. So there are a couple of big projects I'm gonna spotlight. And most of them are going to be, if you look on a map of Southie, towards the Andrew Square area / Old Colony Ave. That's kind of the pocket of the area where you're going to see a lot of major construction, and I think it's going to change the most over the next coming years. You'll see some of the biggest projects here are slated for that particular area. So let's get right into it. I've got 4 big projects I'm going to spotlight, starting with On the Dot. And On the Dot is a project in the Andrew Square area, right? It's where Dorchester Ave and Old Colony Ave are. And I've got my notes right here, by the way, guys. So I've got all the details for the projects, including metrics. So that's why I'll be looking here. So it's going to be on Dorchester Ave and Old Colony Ave. And it is going to be a 9-acre redevelopment, right? Basically, mixed-use project, and will feature lab and research space. By the way, that's going to be a major theme with all these projects. There's a ton of lab and research space coming in all over Boston, but in particular South Boston and even Seaport. But we're going to have lab and research space in this one, residential. You're going to have some commercial use as well. You're going to have a new public open space. Now, this project is still currently under review by the city. It is not formally approved, but obviously there's quite an expectation it will be. So that's the first project On the Dot. Project number 2 I'm going to spotlight is Washington Village. Now, Washington Village is actually already under construction. It is where Dorchester Street and Old Colony Ave intersect. Now, this project was in the permitting process for a very long time. So it's fantastic to see them having kicked off construction. But basically, it's a 5-acre redevelopment of a former industrial site. It's going to be a mixed-use project, and currently they're building on phase 1, which will include 214 rental homes, 20,000 square feet of ground floor and retail, along with restaurant space and a public park. The master plan will actually consist of about 1 million square feet of space overall. So you can see there's a massive project. I actually live right around the corner from it, so I drive by and walk by it all the time. It's cool to see construction finally going up there. The crews are absolutely crushing it, and that, I think, is going to make a major change into that area. Project number 3 that's also very close by to all these to the areas we just talked about is the Ironworks project. Now, the Ironworks project is going to have some existing buildings on Old Colony Ave, as well as a ground-up component on Dorchester Ave. And that is going to be a 5-acre project consisting of life science buildings, right? Remember I said that. Residential, new open spaces, along with restaurant and retail. So I love these mixed-use projects. I think all these projects by that area is going to completely change that area and make that kind of the next wave of Southie that really starts to change quite a bit and quite dramatically. And finally, the fourth project that I wanted to highlight, what I think is really cool, is actually on the other side of Southie. So not this part of the city, but the other, is the South Boston Power Plant. Now, the South Boston Power Plant, it's a 15-acre site, and it was formally approved in January of 2021. Now, the master plan consists of about 1.7 million square feet, mixed-use space, and it will include life science and office space, right? You see the theme again. Over 600 residential units, a 240-key hotel, cultural space, retail, in addition to a 5-acre outdoor public park and a waterfront park. So that whole area is going to completely change. They still have the power plant up as of right now. You can see it. It's an ugly old pink building. You can see it driving around Southie, but they're starting to work on the demolition, which I'm sure is quite complicated since there's environmental aspects to this. But once they get going and finish up that project, it is going to completely change South Boston and even the surrounding areas, right? Dorchester, Roxbury, all of these I think are going to feel the effects and growth of such amazing new project. I am super high on this area. So if you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, make sure you put them in the comments below and I will definitely help you out.